Hi friends, welcome to Creating with Jovi and 100 Days of Pockets. Today is day 21 and this is going to be a vintage receipt pocket. Cindy A. Lewis is the creator of this fun collaboration and I am co-hosting with her, and I hope that you can join us. All right, my friends, for the vintage receipt pocket, you're going to need a couple of things. You either need a journal or a base backing paper, and this is what I'm going to use for my journal page, if you will. And then you might want a ledger paper or an old receipt. You can print these out online, or you can use what you have in your stash. I happen to have this one. It's a cutoff, you know, it's an extra scrap, I guess is what I'm trying to say, of ledger paper. And then I have these old receipts from 1987, I think I saw. These you probably recognize from, remember those machines? You'd put the credit card in, and then they'd have the paper part, but they were longer. And they'd set it in and then go like that. Well, that's what these are. And so I thought I'd play with what I have in my stash instead of printing something out and have some fun with it. Let's get started first with cutting our base paper down to a size that will fit in a journal. So I'm just going to clean this up real quick. You can see I did a project where I tore it, which, tearing is always very fun. I love tearing paper. I hope you love tearing paper. If you don't judge me. Okay, and then we can always reduce it, so I'd rather go a little bit bigger than smaller. So let me go here. So that would be, let's do it at 4 inches. I think that's good. I hope it's big enough. Anyway, we'll find out, won't we? All right, so we got our base paper, and now we've got our ledger paper. If I was going to put the ledger paper on the base paper, I'd need to cut this to width, but I'm thinking here, and I'm wondering to myself, do I want to, that's too small. Instead of using the ledger paper, do I want to be really adventurous and use one of these receipts as the top? I mean, I could. Let me think about this. And then this could be the tag. It's a little bit small. This could be a decor, embellishment, or one of these could be the tag. Oh yeah, kind of like that. I kind of like that. Or hold on. Let's get our ledger paper back because we're going vintage. Well, all of it's vintage. So let me clarify something. Vintage is 25 years or older. Antique is 100 years or older. So if your brain is going back to thinking about a receipt that's from from 1900, that's antique. So vintage opens up to anything prior to the year 2000, actually, because we're 2025 now. Anything prior to the year 2000 is technically vintage, according to Etsy. But if you Google it, that's what you'll learn. Using these is perfectly fine. All right, so it just depends on what direction I want to go in. I'm feeling like let's go with this and let's age up our tag and use that. What do you think? Let's go ahead and do that. It'll have a more traditional feel for what I think what most people think of when they think of the word vintage. This will just be more in line with that. So let's go ahead and try it. I'm going to cut my pocket to size. If you want to, you can fold your pocket at the bottom or on the sides to create more of an opening. I don't always do that though. I don't feel for me that it's necessary. Now I will tell you this. If you have something bulky going into your pocket, keep that in mind and then take something bulky and put it under it before you glue it. And then when you glue it, it'll have that extra space in it that you need. Okay? But since I already cut this and I didn't make it bigger in such a way that I could fold in the sides, I'm just going to go ahead and glue it down the way it is. I think it'll be fine. This will end up being relatively flat. I've got my glue on 3 sides and I'm going to put it down on my base. You could do this right inside of a journal if you wanted to. Before I move forward, I am going to round the corners, and next I'm going to ink it up. This helps to distress it and make it look old. As Cindy would call it, our creator of this collab, she would call it vintageizing. And that's a word that she made up, I do believe, and yet I accept it now as a part of our English language because I hear her use it a lot. So for me, it's a real word. Okay, so you see how it aged it up, and sometimes it's good to go into the corners a little more deeply, because if you look at paper that is truly aging, the corners are typically more brown than other areas. So I'm going to come in and do that, and then let me put this down. I might even go in, oops. I might even go in a little further on the edges just to really age it up. Get these white words. Let's make them so that they're not white, right? Let's go ahead and make them a little bit darker. Look at how that changes it. Isn't it great? So we're coming in a little further here. We're going to come in a little further here too. There we go. Check that out. That looks very vintage. I am going to show you how I'm going to make this look older than it is. Again, it's dated 1987. Let's go ahead and make that look older. I found a piece of paper that's got some marks on it, so this can be some scrap paper. I'm going to pop this on here. And I'm going to open up my ink again. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and take this and let's see what we can do if we just press it into the ink pad. It might make, this ink pad is not as juicy as it was when I first got it. Ah, but look, it's doing a good job. Now I want to take that and sort of mix it up, mix it around a little bit. Let's get the sides, oops, real good. Let's get these corners just like we did before. What would happen if I took this just right into the corners there? Yeah, I like it when I spread it better. I like this better. It gives it a smoother look. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and crinkle it. Okay. And now let's hit it with the ink because it'll pick up the crinkles. It should anyway. Now we need to take this receipt, which hopefully you can still see the writing. I can still see it. We're going to go ahead and put this down on this piece of paper. We're going to glue this on here. I'm going to try to keep this on. I started to tear it a little bit, but we're going to keep it on there. Let's get our glue. Messy is good for vintage stuff, so we don't need to worry about it because, you know, if it's messy and grungy, it definitely looks vintage, right guys? Hopefully I've got, you know what, I just want to get a little bit more on there. I want to make sure I got enough glue. I think I'm good now. And I'm flipping it over. I'm going to get it right up here on the edge. That way I only have to cut 2 edges later. I mean, at least I think that's the plan anyway. Let's look at it like this. Make sure nothing's hanging off. That looks good. All right, now I'm going to find my spatula. Well, yep, I found it. I can't believe it. Okay, and I'm just pushing the glue around, spreading it out underneath there so it adheres really nicely to this paper. I love it. Looks so good. I do like to wait to cut until it's dry, but you know what? Here's what I'll do. I'll try to dry it with this piece of paper here on the edge anyway. Rub that on there. There we go. Do the same same here on this edge. The reason being is because I don't like to get a bunch of glue on my scissors, even though I do a lot of times. But if I can help it, you know, I like to avoid that. Okay. I love these scissors, by the way. These are Westcott titanium, and I got it with this mat that I'm using under here. And I also got a paper cutter. Yes, it came as a set, and I'll tell you what, I really like it. I found it at, I think, BJ's or Costco, but I have seen it online, just so that you know that. I feel like I should do something additional to this, so let's go ahead and do that. My friends, I have a few things to play with now. Let's get our ink back, and I'm going to even up this edge. This has a little bit more of a white edge than the other ones did. Now we're going to ink this up right here around the edges. This is an authentic photo, and the young man's name is Bill Manning. It says, "To Billy, luck in the years to come, Bill Manning." Isn't that cute? I love it. And we're going to do the same to this one. Add a little bit of brown to this one. All right, love it. Nice and old looking. On the tag, I'm going to put this. Over here on the pocket, I'm going to add the photo. Let's check it out, my friends. Here, let me give you a close-up of the tag that we created. Very vintage, using a 1987 authentic receipt. And then here is our vintage pocket. What do you think of that? And then we're going to pop our tag right in here. And there we go. I mean, what do you think? I like it. I was really happy to use my stash, and I think it turned out great. I hope you like it too. I would love to see some of your makes. If you would like to join my Facebook group, which is Creating with Jovi Journals and Crafts, I'd love for you to post some of your makes in the group. When you join, you do need to agree to the terms. They're not complicated. It's just simple stuff like be nice, be kind, and don't be spammy, right? And then if I know you, I will pre-approve your posts. Don't be concerned if you go to do a post and it says awaiting approval. Just go ahead and do it, and then I'll approve it. I just want to make sure it's a safe space for everybody who joins. I usually just go in and approve your post once I view it. But then as I get to know you, I'll hit the pre-approve button for you. But I would love to see your makes. And Cindy too, she's got a Facebook group, so go ahead and join that. I have been seeing pockets posted in her group, and they are fabulous. All right, my friends, thanks for watching. See you soon.